In the sterile glow of Preston Industries' accounting department, 23-year-old Maya Foster squinted at her computer screen, numbers blurring like a mirage. 8 months into her grueling 60-hour work weeks, she'd earned her supervisor's approval but little else. Her meager paycheck barely covered the rent for her shoebox apartment, leaving no room for the relentless medical bills piling up for her younger sister, Lily, whose rare kidney condition drained their savings faster than Maya could replenish them. She blinked hard, willing her vision to steady, but exhaustion and hunger gnawed at her. For 3 weeks, she'd skipped lunches to save money, funneling every cent toward Lily's treatments. Their parents' insurance had maxed out months ago, and Maya's entry-level salary couldn't keep up with the specialized care Lily needed. Weekends at a coffee shop brought in extra cash, but it was never enough. Her fingers trembled as she reached for a granola bar in her desk drawer, only to knock over her water bottle, which crashed to the floor. "Sorry," she mumbled, standing too quickly to clean the mess. The room spun violently, black spots dancing across her vision. She gripped the desk, but the world tilted. "Maya." Diane's voice from the next cubicle sounded like it was underwater. The cold tile met Maya's cheek as voices shouted around her, fading into darkness. James Preston, the 32-year-old CEO of Preston Industries, was mid-sentence in a board meeting, reviewing quarterly projections, when his assistant burst in. "Mr. Preston, an employee collapsed on the 14th floor. Paramedics are on the way." James, the youngest CEO in the company's history, had taken the helm after his father's retirement 3 years prior. Tall, with dark hair perpetually falling over his forehead, his serious demeanor and sharp business mind had silenced skeptics who whispered of nepotism. Unlike his father's detached style, James was known for genuine care for his employees. "Excuse me," he told the board, who nodded sympathetically, and he strode to the accounting floor. A crowd had gathered, security holding them back from the young woman lying unconscious. Karen from HR knelt beside her, checking her pulse. "What happened?" James asked, his voice cutting through the murmurs. "She just collapsed, sir," someone replied. "She's been looking unwell for days but kept saying she was fine." Crouching beside her, James noted her ashen face and the dark circles under her eyes. Her breathing was shallow. "Does anyone know her name?" "Emergency contact," he asked. Diane stepped forward. "Maya Foster. Started last summer. Her bag's there." She pointed to a worn messenger bag by Maya's desk. Karen hesitated, then opened it, searching for medical information. Instead, she pulled out a pregnancy test, her expression shifting as she tried to tuck it away. James saw it, 2 pink lines stark in the result window. "Is that?" His voice trailed off as Karen handed it to him. Paramedics arrived, pushing through with a stretcher. As they assessed Maya, Karen mentioned the possible pregnancy. Maya's eyes fluttered open, landing on James, then the test in his hand. Horror flashed across her face. "My bag," she whispered, trying to sit up. "Lie still, miss," a paramedic said gently. "I need to work," Maya insisted weakly. "I can't lose this job." James felt a pang at her desperation. "Your job is secure," he assured her. "Focus on your health." As paramedics wheeled her away, he slipped the test back into her bag, instructing Karen to send Maya's belongings to the hospital. Something about her worn clothes and raw fear unsettled him deeply. Driving to St. Michael's Hospital, James was haunted by memories of his late wife, Catherine, lost to leukemia 2 years ago. The antiseptic smell and hushed corridors brought back those agonizing months. He hadn't set foot in a hospital since her funeral, yet here he was, drawn by concern for an employee he barely knew. At the reception desk, he identified himself. "Are you family?" the receptionist asked. "No," her employer. She collapsed at work. The woman shook her head. "Only family can get updates." Before James could argue, Dr. Sharma approached. "Mr. Preston, we spoke on the phone. Maya's stable but suffering from dehydration and malnutrition. Has she mentioned financial struggles?" James shook his head. I don't know her personally. She's in accounting. Dr. Sharma frowned. She's been skipping meals, working excessive hours, and mentioned medical bills for her sister's kidney condition. James's jaw tightened. Her sister? Yes, a serious illness. Maya's been covering costs. Dr. Sharma hesitated. She's worried about her job. It's not in jeopardy, James said firmly. Can I see her? The doctor led him to a small room where Maya lay, and in her arm, eyes closed. James stood awkwardly, questioning his presence. As he turned to leave, Maya stirred. Mr. Preston. Her voice was faint, confused. Don't get up, he said quickly. I'm checking on you. Her face flushed. I'm so sorry. I've never fainted before. It won't happen again. No apologies needed, James said, stepping closer. I'm concerned about you. Maya twisted the hospital blanket. Did they tell you why I collapsed? Dehydration and malnutrition, James replied carefully, avoiding mention of the pregnancy test. A tear slid down her cheek. I can't lose my job. My sister needs treatments, and our parents' insurance is maxed out. I'm all she has. Her vulnerability struck James, cracking the walls he'd built since Catherine's death. Your job is safe, Maya, he said gently. But your health matters. You can't help your sister if you're hospitalized. Take the week off, with pay. We'll discuss your situation later. A nurse entered, and James stepped out, his mind racing. Maya's determination reminded him of Catherine, stirring something long dormant. 3 days later, Maya sat nervously outside James's office, her best blouse and slacks feeling inadequate against the executive floor's sleek opulence. Discharged from the hospital with orders to rest and eat properly, she was stunned to learn her bill had been mysteriously paid. Now, summoned by James, her heart pounded. His assistant ushered her into his spacious office, sunlight streaming through floor-to-ceiling windows. James stood by the window, younger than she'd expected for a CEO, his presence commanding yet warm. Maya, sit. How are you feeling? Much better, thank you, she said, perching on a leather chair. I'm ready to return to work. James studied her. I've looked into your situation. 8 months at Preston, exceptional reviews, consistent overtime without claiming pay. The doctor mentioned your sister's medical expenses. Maya's cheeks burned. Lily has a rare kidney condition. I'm managing by starving yourself. His tone held no judgment, only concern. You work 60 hours here, 20 at MidnightTales coffee shop. When do you rest? Her embarrassment flared into indignation. You've investigated me. I'm trying to understand, he said gently. It's not normal for a 23-year-old to collapse from malnutrition at a Fortune 500 company. Maya stood, voice shaking. I don't need pity. If you're firing me, say it. James looked startled. Firing you? I'm offering a promotion. She sank back, confused. My executive assistant, Ellen, is retiring. The role pays double, with benefits covering dependents, including siblings. Maya's mind raced, a doubled salary, coverage for Lily. Why me? She asked bluntly. We've never spoken. James hesitated. Your work speaks for itself. Your dedication is remarkable. Suspicion lingered. Is this about the pregnancy test? His eyes widened. I'm not pregnant, she lied quickly. It was my roommate's. I was holding it for her. Relief crossed his face. Your personal life is your own. The offer stands. Silence stretched. Ellen will train you for a month if you accept, he added. Maya calculated, Lily's treatments, quitting the coffee shop, a safer apartment. I have no assistant experience, she said. You're organized, intelligent, perseverant, James countered. The rest can be learned. She took a breath. I'd need flexibility for Lily's appointments. We'll accommodate that. And no unprofessional expectations. His expression darkened. This is purely professional. Preston Industries has strict policies against inappropriate conduct, which I endorse. Maya flushed, regretting her words. It seems too good to be true. Sometimes good things happen, he said softly, a shadow crossing his face. I accept, she said finally. Thank you. 1 month into her new role, Maya's life transformed. The salary allowed better care for Lily, paid off urgent bills, and even let her save. Working with James revealed his thoughtfulness. He remembered Lily's appointments, adjusted Maya's schedule without complaint. Yet he remained distant, declining social events, a widower CEO shaped by grief. At 14 weeks pregnant, Maya hid her condition with careful clothing, dreading the day she'd have to tell him. One evening, James emerged from his office, hesitant. Maya, about the Children's Hospital Gala I'm attending. They're honoring me for the Catherine Preston Oncology Wing. Her heart softened. The wing was his tribute to his late wife. I'd like you to join me, professionally, to manage interactions. Relief mixed with a pang of disappointment. I'd be happy to assist, she said. At the gala, Maya, in a navy gown that hid her bump, navigated the glittering crowd, easing James through tense moments. His hand occasionally brushed her elbow, sending unexpected warmth through her. During the award presentation, photos of Catherine flashed on screens, and James's pain was palpable. Without thinking, Maya covered his hand with hers under the table. He gripped her fingers tightly. His speech, raw and powerful, announced a new Preston Foundation initiative for families like hers, his gaze lingering on her. Sometimes the person who needs support never asks for it, he said, and Maya's cheeks burned as applause erupted. Outside, under the stars, James thanked her, lighter than she'd ever seen him. The initiative is something Catherine would have wanted, Maya said. He began to say more when Maya gasped, feeling her baby kick for the first time. Joy and panic collided. I'm pregnant, she blurted. 16 weeks. James froze, his face unreadable. It's not what you think, she rushed on. It happened before I worked for you. I was scared to tell you. Silence stretched, heavy. I understand if you need to replace me, she whispered. His expression closed off. The car's here, he said neutrally. The silent drive to her apartment was suffocating, his formal goodbye a stark contrast to the evening's warmth. Monday morning, Maya braced for dismissal. James's office door was closed, unusual for early hours. At 9 o'clock, he called her in, documents spread across his desk. Maya, I owe you an apology, he began. My reaction Friday was inappropriate. Catherine was pregnant when she was diagnosed. We lost the baby. Your news brought that back. Her chest tightened. I'm so sorry. He gestured to the papers. I'm implementing a new parental leave program, 6 months fully paid, 6 more at partial. And I'd like you to head a new Preston family support program for families like yours. She scanned the proposal, overwhelmed. Flexible hours, a salary increase, comprehensive support, it was everything she'd needed. Why me? You've lived these challenges, he said. Your experience is invaluable. Tears pricked her eyes. I don't know what to say. Say yes, he smiled. Then his tone shifted. Working closely, I've developed feelings for you, Maya. But your position, your pregnancy, Lily, it complicates things. I've arranged for you to report to the board, not me, to protect your autonomy. Her heart raced. What if I've developed feelings too? She admitted. But my life's complicated. Your baby, Lily, they're not baggage, he said softly. They're blessings. I'm not asking for anything now. You need time, and I do too. Perhaps we see where this leads, at your pace. Hope bloomed. I'd like that. 6 months later, Maya stood in the Preston Family Support Program's new office, photos of helped families lining the walls. Lily's health had improved, her college dreams now tangible. Maya's daughter, Eliza Catherine, slept in a bassinet nearby, her dark hair a quiet reminder of James. He'd been a steady presence through her pregnancy, patient and supportive, their bond growing through shared dinners and honest conversations. That evening, over a home-cooked meal at Maya's, James offered her a silver key to his old home with Catherine. "I've kept it frozen in grief," he said. "I'm ready to make it a home again, with your help. No pressure, just a step." Maya clutched the key, moved by his vulnerability. As they kissed goodnight under the stars, she reflected on her journey, from collapse to this moment of hope. Sometimes, the darkest endings led to the brightest beginnings.